Good day, everyone. We are Group 4 from University Technology Malaysia, School of Chemical and Energy Engineering, Faculty of Engineering. This video is CSR project Hirarc in dust explosions. Disclaimer. The purpose of this video is to fulfill Assignment 3 for Setk 3552, Section 4, Occupational Safety and Health in Industry. Also, this video is for learning experience purpose and not meant for industry practicing.
So, what is Hirarc? Hirarc is the guidelines for hazard identification, risk assessment, and risk control. It is used to identify all the factors that may cause harm to employees and others, to consider any chances of harm and the possible severity, and to enable employers to plan, introduce, and monitor preventive measures. Risk is something that we live with on a day-to-day basis. People are constantly making decisions based on risk. Risk can be calculated by multiplying likelihood and severity. Likelihood is an event likely to occur within the specific period, while severity is the outcome from an event, such as severity of injury. These are the tables which show the descriptions and rankings of severity, likelihood, and risk.
Hierarchy of control is a system to control risks or approaches to hazards. From the diagram, we can observe that eliminations and substitutions are the most effective at reducing hazards. However, it is also tend to be the most difficult to implement in an existing process, since it requires major changes in equipment and procedures. If we fail to eliminate or substitute, we can go for engineering control, which are innovations and invention to minimize interaction between workers and the hazards. Lastly, administrative controls and PPE are frequently used with existing process, but very costly to sustain in long term and is much less effective than other measures as it requires a significant effort from the worker involved. To complete the Hirarc form, we have chosen an incident back in November 2010. It is a dust explosion in rim manufacturer factory at Pulau Pinang. The source of explosion is aluminium dust, and it was happened during the polishing rim process where the dust is collected to a dust collector cover. For explosion to occur, 5 elements of explosion pentagon must exist. In this accident, aluminum dust is the combustible dust. Due to the accumulation of aluminum dust in dusting system and the presence of oxygen, the explosion occurred. And this explosion has caused 8 injured workers, with 2 of them having major injuries, with 3 factory areas destroyed, nearby factory windows are damaged, and the destruction of dust collector systems. These are the incidents picture.
Now, we will be looking at the Hirarc form. First work activity is polishing and buffing on rim. The first hazard is abrasion. Polishing and buffing machine can present a hazard or rough surface, and this can cause minor injury occur. The existing risk control for this hazard is safeguard machinery and equipment. Besides, suitable protective cloth is provided and worn. The likelihood is 3 and its severity is 1, so the risk is 3, which is considered a low risk. Recommended control measure for this hazard is training should be provided for all workers. Besides, warning label should be shown beside the machine. Next, we will be looking at the second hazard, which is inhalation or dust. Aluminum dust is produced and can be inhaled. This can cause the worker to have respiratory problems for long term. They have 3 existing risk control for this hazard. Lower room ventilation is provided. Besides, respiratory protective equipment is provided. Lastly is the uniform provided to the employee. The likelihood is grade 2 because it has been reduced by the existing risk control. And the severity of this hazard is 5, so the risk is 10 and considered as medium risk. Thus, control measure is recommended. The first one is dust extraction system must be operating before any machine switch on. Besides, vacuum cleaning to suck the dust must be carried out at the polishing area regularly.
The second work activity is transportation of aluminum dust to dust collector. The first hazard is accumulation of aluminum dust. Dust explosion will occur due to the accumulation of dust as the conveyor belt is enclosed. There are several existing risk control which are regular maintenance, clean system regularly, and keep the ideas running smoothly. The likelihood and severity are rated as 4, which result in a high risk 16. There are several recommended control measures which include daily pre-use check for build-out daily, and use visible enclosed conveyor belt. The second hazard is temperature of working surrounding is too high. Dust explosion will happen due to a high temperature at the working surrounding with the addition of the heat produced by the friction between the dust and the belt. The existing risk control includes shut down the system after using and detect operating temperature manually without scientific apparatus. The likelihood and severity of this hazard are rated as 3, which result in a medium risk 9. Thus, installation, temperature detector, and limit duration for daily usage of the conveyor belt are recommended. That's all from us. Thank you.